Hello, my friends. Welcome to another live stream. I will live stream the weekly free instant tournament that was updated just now, today, Friday, the 14th of October. And so let's share the screen. I'll just take a quick look, as I often do, to see if the streaming is going, is getting to where it should get. If everything is working fine before we head to the, yeah, everything's streaming fine. So let's go to Rich Base. The weekly free instant tournament is played with match point scoring. 8 deals was updated, as I mentioned, right now. And so new boards for us. I did play last week, even though it wasn't live streamed, but I played in a dead stream. Perhaps that's the word. I will upload the video in probably later today, the video referring to last week's. If you played last week's instant tournament and are curious to see how I fared, I will post it in the Facebook video, in the Facebook group, and on the YouTube channel. Okay. Anyway, here we have 14 hacker points and a 5-5 in the majors. You should always open with the highest ranking suit. Partner is raising, and any 5-5 hand should probably go to game, even though if you have only 14. That's my imp instinct showing up. In imps, you surely should be just 4 spades with this hand. Here, there is I would accept a pass, hoping for a misfit opposite. If partner has honors and clubs, for instance, we may have a bad play for game. And in match points, it doesn't matter a lot whether you are right by overbidding or by underbidding. It's important to be right. And so what I certainly don't like is any descriptive invitation. So 3 hearts if it shows length, or the robot has a system in which you bid to no trumps to show a singleton. I don't want to show my singleton, because that decreases the chances of you winning any tight, any difficult game contract. In other words, my philosophy, my style with game hands is to invite very rarely, to bash or pass, especially in match points. And in imps, I usually bash. But of course, and slam hands require detailed exploration. So if you think that a slam is possible, you switch the chips, the software in your brain, and try to describe and to find out the necessary information. But here I will just bid 4 spades and hope for the best. Partner may have 3 small spades, for instance. That would be terrible. Okay. We got good news and bad news. One interesting thing here is that partner is very weak. He has a doubleton heart, and he doesn't have a lot of stuff in clubs. And the spade is almost certainly, the queen of spades is almost certainly in ace, because not even a robot, I believe, would lead a spade from the queen 9 here. So we have some interesting heart spots. And there is an advantage to playing hearts from dummy and to keeping those little trumps in dummy to rough. And so I'll just hop with the ace here. That's an interesting hand, because we need those trumps to rough, and we need to maybe get an honor here. We are missing the 10. You won't have entries to go there. back there twice, but let's see. Okay. Now we have to hope for hearts breaking or a diamond finesse. Now, the 10 appeared. We have to judge whether, if there is, the king is here, we should play the jack and let it run, basically. And then we would lose at this queen of trumps, he would ruff, but later we would require the diamond finesse, which is over 50% if Ace has a doubleton heart. Ace may have a tripleton heart, and in this case, we don't want to ruff. So that's the best scenario for us. Hearts 3-3, and he's having 3 hearts to the king 10 would work out better, because then we'd probably we would just have 10 tricks already, and maybe even 11 if the diamond finesse is right. So I'll play the jack to give him a chance of covering if he has king, and ruff anyway. Okay, so this is another advantage of not bidding your hearts, by the way, because if he knows that I'm long in hearts, then it's easier for him to duck. But he doesn't know, so if he had a king, he would perhaps cover the jack. Now let's try our finesse in diamonds for the over trick. No over trick, but still only losing the club in the end. You can claim. I don't think anybody will throw away a club, especially since the 10 of diamonds just became high. The jack was played. Okay, 10 tricks and a very high score. As I said, my thinking perhaps was on overdrive on this hand. 15 high card points, 3 suited hand. I usually lean towards opening 1 diamond with 4-4 in the minors for ease of rebid. In this case here, it doesn't make a lot of difference. I think 1 club is reasonable. And now we have a problem here, because we can't reverse without a 5-4 hand. We're too weak for 2 trumps, too strong for 1 trumps, so we'll have to be 2 clubs. And that's one of the reasons why we open 1 diamond, by the way. But it's not comfortable to be 2 clubs with 4-4. And we have a very good hand. Luckily, Parda didn't pass, and now we'll suggest no trumps. We have some heart stoppers after all. That Parda is assisting in spades, so he'll play spades. Of course, we will play spades with his hand. If spades are breaking, 3 trump would be much better. And in match points, this means that perhaps we should play for spades to not be breaking. A thing to be considered later, not right now. This lead is annoying, because the robot does lead from aces very liberal, in my experience at least. But I don't think we should just hop with the king and hope for that. Let's hide our 3, so that West doesn't know where the 3 is, and perhaps if he has ace and jack. The jack is interesting. If he had ace, queen, jack, 10, he would win with a 10. So apparently diamonds are not 5-2. Well, we know that because the 5 is the lowest. Apparently they are 3-3. Anyway, let's see. I'm not ready to commit to a finesse, even though I would like to see spades not breaking. Too early for that, I believe. So let's see if we can pressure Mr. West into giving a favorable, a favorable return here. Let's see what he will return. He cashed the ace of diamonds. That's good for us. Now we're home. Maybe he would have a club holding that would be so uncomfortable that he would something like an honor third. Then he would have to, if he had queen third or jack third, he would have to play the jack or queen. It's not that easy. So yeah, jack third. Upon winning the jack of hearts, we could always finesse, make a second finesse in hearts to get trick number 10. So there's nothing he could have done, but it's good to see him cashing the ace of diamonds. Makes our job easier. Okay, 17 high card points, 5-4-4. We open with our long suit. It's a very intriguing hand, and then it stopped being intriguing. And now I will reverse. I'll bid 2 hearts. Maybe I'll. Well, yeah, we are not vulnerable, so it's hard for it to be a disaster. And maybe a partner will get enthusiastic. Now, in imps, I would even consider bidding 4 hearts, because partner is short in spades. But I think in match points, that's the difference between match points and imps. I think maybe partner already forced by bidding with 4 little hearts and a very weak hand. Maybe I don't want to spoil his brilliancy. So let's see. Now I'll go to 4 hearts for sure. I don't want to defend 3 spades. They may even make it. Yeah, partner has only 2 spades. That's very surprising considering that. So spades are 4 and 3. Okay. And the ace of clubs is very likely in east. So we have some problems with communications here. I will have to lead a low spade at some point. Maybe I should lead the king of clubs from hand, regardless. We will still have some problems with communications if they insist on diamonds. But the general idea would be to establish clubs. If they keep playing diamonds, let's say king of clubs losing to the ace in east, and he plays back a little diamond, we have to rough low. And what do we do then? Let's say queen of clubs and a club, and let's say they win with the jack. I think I'll have to play for the jack of clubs on side, which is unlikely. It's not a comfortable position here. But I don't see any scenario in which I will not play a little spade. If you play the king of clubs, he wins the ace. It's a diamond. I unblock clubs. I unblock the 10 of clubs from the dummy. And now, if I wish to play for the jack of clubs on side, I'll have to lead a low spade, rough the 3rd diamond, unblock trumps, play ace of spades and a spade, rough and dummy, draw trumps, and finesse in clubs. Which means that I'll have to play a little spade. I won't be able to dispose of my little dummy's little spade in clubs. And if I will have to play a low spade in any case, I would much rather play a low club from dummy. Let's see. Okay, I want him to win because, oh, bit of a surprise here. And now we can, if we are already home, right? We have 4 clubs, 5 trumps, and this ace of spades. Even with trumps for 1. So let's just claim our 10 tricks. Nice, nice help with ace of clubs and a club. He believed that I had 6 clubs, apparently. Very strange belief, since he has 4 trumps also. The robot didn't think well, but that's not our problem. 15, that's a clear 1-0 trump opening bid. There are some old-fashioned players that would be afraid of opening no trump with a weak doubleton, but take this thought out of your minds. The opening 1-0 trump with a balanced hand in range is very important. Here, again, in thinking, I would just hit 3 trumps easily. Even though I have a minimum, but I have 10 and 9 and 5 diamonds. So it's not a minimum. And I like the aces as well, except knowing that it's a risky bid. I hope to get some diamond fit. Maybe not that much of a diamond fit. That's too many diamonds. I would prefer one or less few diamonds and let's say the Queen of Hearts. Well, I have 8 tricks and some possibilities of getting the trick number 9 from hearts. This lead can be from Queen Jack. And I want to encourage them to play spades. If I misguess hearts, I don't want them to try a club shift. So let's just waste this 10 here. And I should win with a king if I wanted to conceal my spade strength, because if I had the ace empty, I would probably duck. Oh, okay. So now I have to guess hearts. Is it good for me to lead a 10 of hearts immediately? One consideration is leading a low heart from dummy. That is a curious approach, I know, but I'm counting on, if I give the lead to West, then he's probably going to insist in spades. It is an interesting idea. And it may be very successful. If he has the Queen of Hearts, he probably won't hop with it. The problem, of course, is that spades may be 5-2 with ace Queen of Hearts on side. That would be ridiculous, huh? But he's a passed hand. West is a passed hand. Remember the bidding here. So if he has, I don't think that is the case, because if he has ace Queen of Hearts, West has ace Queen of Hearts, the Queen of Spades 5th, and that leaves no room for him to have a lot in clubs. And then East might have double 2 clubs, a lot in clubs. But that's another argument for the low heart from them. The club honors should be divided, and therefore the heart honor should be divided as well. Nobody should have ace and Queen of Hearts. Against a human player, I would play like that. I'll do it this way also. I'll play like that because sometimes East hops with the ace to play a spade through. It's another advantage. Okay, see if he'll switch. I will have to follow my instinct that spades are not. 5-2 with ace and Queen of Hearts. Bunch together and not duck. Okay, so spades were not. We lost a few tricks apparently, but they could switch to clubs anyway, and so we guaranteed our contract. That was an interesting result. Interesting way of playing it. Okay, 12 high card points. As I mentioned, I lean towards one diamond and now one of trumps. I don't want to repeat clubs with this hand. And now we'll play two spades after the excitement of the first few boards. 7 of clubs, apparently not from the king. Right, is the highest club. Can I afford to go up? Probably yes. I'll go up and play the queen from my hand. I don't want them to think that attacking clubs is easy. I'm afraid of a ruff. Now leading spades. My hope is that this club ruff will come from a natural trump trick. There it is, a natural trump trick. Okay. Now let's discard our diamond, and we will lose a diamond and a spade. Right, then we can claim. $15 high card points. I know people love to open one of trump with this hand. Goes against my early training. But now I have a jump raise. Let's play 4 hearts. I don't know if we're playing from the right side or the wrong side, depending on what they have in clubs and spades. Oh, not a bad lead for us. I don't think diamonds that is a singleton. But clearly the plan here is to hope that they will not attack spades now. Yeah, so that we can dispose of all of our spades in the diamonds and maybe ruff the last spade. Maybe, who knows? Let's see if these diamonds are breaking. I think I should have discarded the spade. Lost focus for a moment there. But I think diamonds are breaking. Let's see. Yeah. So now let's cash the ace of hearts. And just keep playing high diamonds. So there's one heart to miss. And we try the spade finesse. There's no way to avoid 2 aces and king queen of hearts. And also the king of spades, so we're going 2 down. Yeah. We had a bad break in trumps. King queen of hearts 4th behind us. No, 14 hacker points. This is a hand that I would be more tempted to open a no trump than the prior one. Following that principle of non-disclosure with game hands. Let's try it. Let's hide our diamonds. And our clubs. So, we can finesse in diamonds to protect our heart stopper. And clubs are already established. So let's do it. Okay, now we have all the tricks if they don't cash the hearts. The robot wouldn't win the king from king jack. Human players might. but the robot won't. So unfortunately, I'll have to cache some tricks if he won't accept my claim. But he should. And I claim it, lead the diamond to the 10. Okay. 11 tricks. Nice. And the final board, 14 high card points, partner open 2 spades. Any losers? That's an uncomfortable deal. It's easy to see hands in which 4 spades. And I don't like to invite general principle here. I think I'll just pass and hope for many heart losers somewhere. Okay, we have 2 heart losers and maybe 2 diamonds losers, especially after this lead. So apparently that was a good pass. In match points, in imps, I want to be in this game. That is 50%. That's plenty enough. Well, not 50 because you need a good trump break. You may even go down in 3 if spades are foul. Let's see if they are. Nope. Then we claim. 9 tricks. A good result also. This is probably a winning tournament. Yes, it is. And I hope you like this, my friends. I will make some advertisements at the end here. I should make, the experts say that I should make this at the beginning of the live stream, but I'm not an expert. So remember to take a look at the Bridge Academy. If you haven't ever visited this site, Bridge Academy has videos about declare play, defensive play, and sometimes bidding. And many of them are completely free to watch. Some of them are marked with this, and are for subscribers. The subscription is only $15 per month, so 50 cents per day. And I appreciate the support from everybody who is already a subscriber. And also at the Bridge Experts, if you look at this, it will be in the video, so you can just copy this into your browser. Bridge can be easier.html. This is a long bridge course, 12 weeks bridge course that is sure to help you think better at the bridge table. So it's about how to teach your brain to be more effective. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.